Hello. Good day everyone and namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to do some very interesting exercise which will be our core based, and we'll connect with different layers of our core with a different muscle group within our body. But mainly we will be focusing and working with this myofascial core set, which is supposed to hold everything together. And the most important part, today we're going to connect with our inner core. Why it is important? Because most of the people are not aware of how important this deep frontal fascial line, which goes so deep inside, which is around the spine and connects legs to the spine, is crucially important because that is responsible for our proprioception within the body, within the space. And it helps us to carry the body around all the time. Again, just a few important notes. If you feel out of breath, please stop. Just take a few breaths, calm down, sit, go into the child pose, rest, and then you can join us. And you can later on watch this video and stop at your own pace. Okay, so let's find a comfortable seated. Close your eyes. Drop your shoulders back and down. Just do a few head rolls to one side and then to the opposite side. Roll your shoulders back and up. I apologize in advance. There will be some interference from my little daughter who is trying to bring some sleepers to mama. But let's keep on our practice. Let's focus on our practice. So keep your eyes closed and find your Ujjayi breathing. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, through the nose as well. Activating and making this sound of ocean wave. Today I will introduce the Kapalabhati, the shining scalp Pranayama. This is very important. It energizes and it's very good to do it in the morning or whenever you feel a bit of low energy. This pranayama is why it's important because first of all it activates these deep core muscles that are holding our internal organs. And how we do it? We're just focusing on exhale. Most of the time in our lives we are focused on inhale. The Kapalabhati is doing the opposite. It affects and we change the perception of our breathing. So how we do it? We fully exhale, we keep our face relaxed, and we just work on exhaling. So something like. So what happens? You exhale, you relax. You exhale, you relax. The diaphragm automatically will draw the vacuum enough of oxygen inside, and you will not feel you will not feel breathless. So do maybe around 13 if it's your first time. If you were advanced practitioners, you can go to 60 to 70. Minimum, I would always suggest in my classes, do 108. So relax, fully exhale, I'll do 108. Again, if you feel out of breath, stop, take a few breaths and continue practicing with us. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and begin your arms in Jnana Mudra. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring palms in front of your heart. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your arms just in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And as always, set up an intention before your practice. Let's just chant one Om all together to raise the vibration and set up an intention. Inhale. Namaste. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. So we're gonna come into the comfortable seated. Maybe it's here, maybe your legs will be crossed back. And we're gonna start working with the Sufi turn. So really find a comfortable seated and start working from the down core, from the hip joints. Starting warming up the lower body, the spine. You can start engaging your shoulders as well. And I'm moving to the other side. Inhale, drop your shoulders back, open your heart all the way up. Feel the good lengthening in the front of the body. Exhale, grab your knees and really pull everything back in. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale. And let's make it more active. So inhale. 10 times more. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Exhale, come to one side, push the floor away, so really elevate and lengthen in the side of the hips, and bring the bicep behind your head, look down. Just a few breaths in here, inhale and exhale, 1. Inhale and exhale, 2. Inhale, come to the center, raise your arms up. Exhale, pushing the floor away, really lengthening from the side of the body. Again, try to bring the bicep as close as possible to the back of your head. Lengthening in the neck, but really work on opening the lower ribs. One more breath in and breathe out. Inhale to the center, and now slowly move maybe your hips a little bit backward. Just bring your tummy forward. Maybe you will be here, but again try to do the same action. Inhale, open for the heart, exhale, round in here. Inhale, open for the heart, exhale, round in. Inhale and exhale. And from here, walk a little bit, come on your elbows. Stay with the breath. You can also go all the way down, as low as you feel, okay? The most important that your knees feel comfortable, the only stretching and magic you feel happening in your hips, in your glutes. And one more time, inhale, look forward, stretch. And exhale, we're gonna slowly move back to downward facing dog. So slowly bend one knee, bend another knee, move with your hips. Let's warm the shoulders, let's warm up the wrist. So inhale, slowly come all the way up to the front. Exhale, bending your knees, bending your elbows and pushing your hips all the way back and up. Inhale, moving like a wave. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Now try to come a little bit closer to the floor. And push back. Inhale. Exhale. Come on the knees, child position. We're going to go a little bit deeper this time. So inhale, come forward, drop your hips. Move from one side to another side. Exhale, bending in again, pushing the floor away. Inhale, moving up. Open your chest. Exhale, pushing hips back. One more time. Again, tap your toes and slowly come to the tabletop. Make sure that all your joints are placed in one line so they carry the body weight. Tap your toes. Again, keep the lower back straight parallel to the ground, so spine is fully parallel to the ground. And lift both knees off the ground. We're going to stay in here for a few breaths. Make sure your shoulders are away from the ears, so long neck. Relax your face. Keep pressing floor away. And now lift one foot. 3, 2, and 1. Down, change. 3, 2, 1. Toes on the ground. Push your hips up and back. You can walk your palms forward. And again, come to downward facing dog. Very good. Just a few breaths. Calm down. And again, slowly coming into the tabletop. From here, we're going to push in, round in, lift one knee toward the nose and try to kiss the knee. But again, the other knee is off the ground. So 3, 2, and 1. Step back. The other leg. 3, 2, and 1. Step back. And again, slowly move back to downward facing dog. Again, lift your heels, turn them to the left side. You can bend the left knee, but keep your right leg straight and really push the floorboard so you feel a good stretch in the hips. And at the same time, very good opening on the right side of the body. To the center, and let's change to the other side. Inhale, now slowly moving, walking to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance wide parallel. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward, touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees. Open your chest forward. Roll your shoulders backward. You can bring the hands on your pelvis or lower back. Roll shoulders back. Try to bring the elbows as close as possible. Lift through the heart. Now work on stretching both legs. Lifting for the heart even more. Ground for the heels. Ground for the big toes. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Now place the hands or fingers to the ground, so maybe on the block if you're not touching the floor. And now really push the floor away. Drop your hand, your head between your both arms. Suck the belly in and think that you're pressing the floor with 4 ribs. How far you can lift your lower back touching the floor, touching the sky. Just a few more breaths. And release. Again, inhale, open up. This time bring both feet together. Roll your shoulders backward. Again, on your pelvis. Open your cobra chest, shoulders away, elbows as close as possible. Lifting for the sitting bones and lifting for the heart. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale, slowly come down again. Hands shoulder width apart. Lift, push the floor away. Lift your heels up. Continue pushing the floor away. Very good. Slowly come Forward, both knees together. Bring your chest on top of your knees and lengthen from the sitting bones to the fingertips. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. One breath in and breathe out. Now place right hand maybe on the fingertips, maybe on the palm. With the left hand, press against your left knee. So your belly button is facing between your both legs, between your inner thighs, but your upper torso is twisting and engaging that deep core. You're lifting and looking up into the left palm. Again, make sure that both knees are in one direction. Pressing to the ground. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Drop the left shoulder back and down toward the lower back and release. Again, lengthen up. And from here, other side. So left hand on the ground. Press with your right hand, press you against your knees. Shoulders one on top of another. And lift your arm up. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. And release, step back to plank. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down to the floor. Both legs together. Elbows facing forward. Stretch your chest forward. Stretch your lower ribs to the front. Engage both legs. So think of a cobra with a very long, strong tail. The tail are your legs. Lengthening up. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, lift your arms off the ground. And continue lifting your upper chest. 3, 2, 1. Now walk your fingers backward. Try to lift. Maybe soften your elbows. Lift your upper chest. Lift your legs. Again, your inner heels and big toes are touching. So here, feet flex, feet point. Feet flex, feet point. Feet flex, feet point. Last one. Flex and point. Legs on the floor. Lift to cobra. Exhale, slowly moving to downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. Again, if you feel out of breath, please don't hesitate and slowly come to the child pose. Or just whatever is required, or come to seated to meditation pose, so you calm down. And you collect your breath. Very good. Inhale. Then again come to plank. And with the plank, again, make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders. You squeeze your legs in. Your all inner thighs, inner legs are zipped strongly toward your body. From the big toes toward the pubic bone. And from here, we're going to do the shoulder round. So your pelvis is not moving. It's only your upper torso. Shoulder girdle is moving. So 5 times in one side. And 5 times to the other side. I know it's hard still. Hold it here. If it's too much, you can always do it on the knees. Now lift one leg up, parallel to the floor. Create more space. Keep your hips square. Try not to collapse in the lower back. Now leg down and stretch another one. Again, continue hugging your inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Again, plank. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. And option either the child pose for 5 breaths or downward facing dog. Every time there is a tension inside, I recommend to do this side like, let it go. It releases your nervous systems, it calms down. Two more breaths in here. Slowly step or walk to the front of the mat. Your both feet together. We're going to check your mobility of your ankles. Sit as low as you can. Hands forward. If you're falling back, that means your ankles require more mobility. Now sitting low, stretch your legs forward. I think you already feel very warm as I am. That's very good. That's why we're working on the core, right? So your legs stretching forward. The most important here, if the back line of your legs is not allowing you to come forward, because for this particular exercise, we need to lock our hip flexors. So the hips needs to be as close as possible to your femur bones, to your thighs. So place your hands in front, right in the middle of your femur bone, between your knees and hips. Roll your shoulders back, and you're gonna push your hips up and back. I'm gonna hold it here for a few breaths. So you see my hips are behind my wrist. And I'm trying to really bring my legs as close as possible toward my torso. And release. Very good. Now we're going to change position. So you're going to place your fingers facing backward. You see what happens? My shoulder moves back and my inner elbow, my bicep are facing out. For some people, that can be difficult. So maybe place 45 degrees, your fingers facing slightly out. Next to your buttocks. From here, you're going to lift again, squeezing your legs in as much as possible. Lift your thighs, lift your legs, lift your chest off the shoulders. And look forward, look up. Inhale, exhale, 1. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. 2, 3. Now look forward and lift one leg up. Foot point, foot flex. Foot point, foot flex. Keep pushing up, away from the floor. And let's change the sides again. Squeeze your legs in and lift another leg. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Release. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, come to seated. And again, placing your hands forward. Again, walk your sitting bands, sitting bones backward. Again, you can bend your knees to bring your chest as close as possible. Now, we're going to lift the hips up, and we're going to try to lift one leg up. So 3, 2, 1, and change. 3, 2, 1. Release. Cross your legs. Slowly step backward to plank. Downward facing dog. So again, move your hips from one side to another side. Both legs together. Come to plank. We're coming into the side plank. It's called Vasisthasana. So variation 1 is when the whole body is straight, but I really want to engage on our side oblique. So you're gonna really push and try to become a rainbow. So you can look down. Try not to turn your belly button up to the sky. Keep your heart and belly button facing to the front. And really work on pressing, lifting your hips and lower ribs away from the floor. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come plank. In downward facing dog. Very good. And let's do on the other side. Again, come to plank, legs together. So you're fully engaging, pressing the floor away. Again, coming to the side plank. If it's too much, the variation will be knee on the floor. And you're really working toward this position. Or if you want a bit more, toward this position. So here's side plank. Again, Vasisthasana full variation. But ideally, you're trying to, with the bicep, touch the back of the head. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Inhale, come to plank. Hug your elbows in. Just bend them 45 degrees. Continue hugging your palms toward your pubic bone. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down. Stretch the whole front body. And this time, you're going to try bend the knee and wrap your ankles. So you're going to bring your feet flat and really work on engaging and lifting your chest. So if you rest in here, 3, 2, 1, look down. Now lift your knees, feet point, and try to lift as high as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Slowly come to a child position, so both knees together. Head down and place your hands next to your feet. Just relax a little bit. Take a few breaths to calm down. Roll in. Come to seated again. Your belly button is facing forward. Inhale, look up, roll your shoulders backward. And we're going to do the twisting in here. 3, 2, and 1. And 1. Inhale to the center. And exhale to the other side. 3, 2. Again, always try to keep your spine straight. And 1. Very good. From here, come on your knees, feet hip distance wide open. So variation 1 for camel pose, you place your hands behind and you really try to let through the heart. Variation 2, if you can sit, you can grab your heels. From here, move your hips forward and really try to keep your neck long, look forward and thrusting your hips forward. But at the same time, keep pressing your heels down to the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Release. From here again, untuck your toes. Place both hands in the middle of your shins. You keep staying on your toenails. This is the tricky one. You're going to lift your hips. You're going to lift your knees off the ground. Maybe lift one leg. So 3, 2, 1. Change. 3, 2, 1. Change. And from here, you have an option, either downward facing dog or child position. Few deep breaths. You can do it with feet wide, with feet together. I prefer to with feet together because it really teaches me how to ground and teaches me to connect, to use my power centers. Very good. From here, we're going to come on one side. We're going to lay down. And from here, we're going to come. So I'm moving a little bit backwards so you can see what is happening. So we're going to go really engaging. So again, you come on the fingertips. We've done it a few times last week, I guess. So lifting your elbow, lifting your armpit, and staying on your lower ribs. Really working on opening of the and stretching of the lower ribs. Make sure that your feet on the ground, you see your toes. So your legs are not at the bit back. So you really feel the engagement of the lower core. And from here, lifting both legs and upper body. And walking with your fingers, maybe with the right fingertips away from the chest. 3, 2, 1. Release. And I'm changing to the other side. Again, walk with the upper chest, come on the fingertips, the other hand is just in front of your stomach. Again, make sure that your pelvis is aligned and balanced. With the upper leg, you're engaging and bringing both legs evenly. From here, lift the upper chest, but keep your lower ribs connected with the ground, with the floor, and then lift other legs up. 3, 2, smile, soften your face, and 1. Very good. And guess what, guys? We're gonna do one more time. So again, come on the right side of the body, lengthen from the whole right side. This time, you have an option of doing 5 breaths in the same variation, or I can show you a more advanced one. So lift your legs up. You can stay in here. For more advanced, you can lift the other arm up and stay in here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's change. Again, lay down on the left side of the body, right palm in front of your stomach. Again, both legs are even, lift both legs off the ground. Either you're staying in here 5 breaths or with the other arm up. So let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And from here, slowly come to the downward facing dog. Again, both legs together. Turning to the right side versus Shavasana. So variation 1, again, you continue to be the beautiful rainbow. Variation 2, you can lift the knee. Variation 3, you can lift the whole leg. Variation 4, if you feel like you can grab the foot, the toe, and work on stretching the leg, but pushing the floor away. 3, 2, and 1. And let's change the sides again. Come to downward facing dog. More forward. Again, come to the beautiful rainbow pose. So maybe even here, holding 5 to 10 breaths, it will be more than enough. Maybe holding in here and working on the balancing is also will be enough. Or with the straight leg, shooting like a star. So 3, 2, and 1. Release. Slowly come all the way down. Stretch your whole front body again. Ground for the pubic bone. Lengthen in the lower back. From here, you're going to interlace your hands behind. Roll them all backing up and lift your fist off your buttocks. Lift your legs together. Again, your inner heels and your big toes are touching. 3, 2, 1. Release. Push back to downward facing dog. And this time you're going to step right behind your feet. And you're going to bend your knees and place your knees in your armpits. You're going to shift your weight forward. And you're going to either stay in here or you're going to shift on the right side, lift the left leg off your armpit and flip the left leg backward. So 3, 2, 1. Change again, staying on the toenails, on your tiptoes, very light. Now shift your weight to the left side and kick your right leg back up. Again, your shoulders away from the ears, long neck, relaxed. 2 and 1. Release. And slowly come to the child position. Very good. Roll all the way up. And now step your right foot forward. Big step forward. Again, the knee will be above the heel. Untuck your back toes. Roll your shoulders back and down. So variation 1, if you have a block, you can use the block for support. We're going to lift the back knee off the ground. We're going to hold it here. Or we can do some pumping, let's say up to 10 times. But make sure that the back leg is fully engaged. Or you can do it pushing the knee away, staying in here. And every time try to bring the front thigh a bit closer. 3, 2, 1. Knee on the floor. We're still holding here. Now press the left big toenail to the floor. Lift your pelvis a little bit backward. Drop your shoulders back. And see if you can feel the good stretch in the front thigh. To make it more juicy, you can stay in here, or you can back up a little bit. Bend the back knee. Again, you can always cushion the back knee with the towel, with the blanket, and get your leg backward. You see what happens? The shoulder travels back. I on purpose want to bring it forward and keep my leg even more back. 2 and 1. Release. And from here, slowly move to the half split. Just to calm down a little bit and relax. From here, place your hands right again in the middle. On the fingertips, the more advanced will be with the palms on the ground. Hovering in, you're going to work on lifting the heel off the floor. 3, 2, and 1. And from here again, without touching the ground, you're going to lift the back leg, grab from inside, from the ankle, and from here to kick the leg back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Again, just move back to downward facing dog. And again, knees on the floor. Let's do the other side. So step your left foot forward. Big step. Coming into the crescent pose. Again, hovering in, bringing your pelvis backward. Working on really stretching your front thigh. Drop your shoulders back and down. And lengthening the whole front body. Relax. Your face softening. Again, you can use the block for support. You can use even the wall or the chair. And again, let's do it. Pressing the right big toenail to the ground. Let's do the pumping. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knee on the floor. Again, allow the hips to go a little bit deeper. Very good. Either you're staying in here, you can back up. Grab your ankle from outside. Again, try to bring the shoulder so you can press against your left knee. That will really allow you and help you to twist. Kicking the leg back, opening in the whole front body, shoulder, the front thigh. Very nice. On the floor, slowly moving to half split, so maybe swaying your hips from right to left. And moving you towards a bit deeper down, into the half split. And again, a little bit more minor core work. And the fingertips on the floor, palms to press into the ground. Lift the left heel off the ground. 3, 2, 1. Without touching the floor, move your leg backward. Grab it from inside. Kick it. Gently going back into the back bend. Opening in the heart, in the hips, in the shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And slowly come to the child position to rest. From here, slowly release and bring your legs forward. So well-known Navasana, the boat pose, but today we're going to do 3 different boat poses. We have the higher Navasana, medium Navasana and lower Navasana. In high Navasana, it's targeting the hip flexors. That's why it's very important to lift and try to really working on lengthening from the lower back. Instead of collapsing and sacking into the lower back, you really try to lift and open in the front of the body. So you can start maybe bringing your hands down, lifting one leg, lifting another leg and staying here, but really working on lengthening in the front body. Level 2, you can lift your arms and really still working on here. Level 3, you can work on stretching your legs and maybe do a little bit of fun exercise with your feet. Okay, so stay here 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Grab your inner ankles, open your knees wide, and open the whole front body. So lengthening from the hips, lengthen the whole front body. But at the same time, you work from the hips, and you're pressing the knees away down to the ground, left for the heart. And from here, let me just move my mic a little bit to the other side. Just a second. From here, you're gonna still holding your knees, you're gonna lower down and you're gonna come in your lower back. So this is where we round, keep rounding in the lower back. So variation 1, you'll be still slightly touching your knees, keeping rounding in, maybe lifting your legs. So you see, my lower back is fully on the ground. So maybe you can start from here, still touching your knees, slightly going down. Keep squeezing your inner thighs, feet flex, feet point. Feet flex, feet point. Keep squeezing your inner thighs, flex, point, flex, point. Your lower back is still on the ground, firmly round. It's really round a little bit more. Now legs on the floor, come on your elbows. Stretch your chest, your torso, away from the hips. Again, keep squeezing your inner thighs. Engage your legs as if you're standing, rounding in, suck the belly in, really rounding the upper torso. And from here, either legs here in the front, but you keep really working with this part. All the arms are up to the ears, and you continue squeezing your inner thighs and lifting through the upper chest. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. One more very important. So first let's stretch. Just stretch as much as you can. One more very interesting exercise that is teaching and showing the health and flexibility of your spine, the connection and strength of your inner core. Let me just show it to you. So specifically, lifting my top so you can see it. If with the long arms and long legs, if you can really work on engaging the inner core and pressing the lower back to the ground. So you intentionally stretch your whole spine and avoiding any of the curves. So lower back to the floor, the back of the cervical curve, the back of the neck is also on the ground, so lengthening even more, but engaging the inner core. So first, feet flex, again, squeeze your inner legs. If that doesn't happen, bend your knees and work on really pushing and pressing the lower back, and then holding the lower back down, you can work your legs. 3, 2, and 1. Now feet point, knees can be slightly bent, but again, working on really gluing toward the lower, gluing your lower back toward the floor. 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to open your arms aside, in line with your shoulders. You're going to lift your legs up. So variation 1, you're going to do this exercise with your knees bent. So variation 1, let's do first variation 1 and then we can do advanced position. So variation 1, knees to the ground, you're really trying to hug your knees toward the chest. So again, the legs as close as possible toward your body, toward your tummy. Inhale, exhale, you still keep your knees hugging toward your chest and you bring them 45 degrees, but you're not dropping them on the ground. Your shoulder, the opposite shoulder is on the floor. So 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to the center and exhale to the other side. Again, keep bringing the knees as close as possible toward the chest, shoulder, even cheek on the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Knees on the floor. So this is variation 1. We're going to repeat, and you can do the same exercise. If you already did that's too much. More advanced variation will be with the legs up straight. The feet are fully flexed, really targeting and pushing through the heels. Arms again in line with your shoulders, shoulders on the floor. Again, the same principle, we're trying to bring the legs as close as possible. So we're locking the hip flexors. And what we're trying to bring the feet on top of the palm, not here, but right here, as high as possible. Heels are together and legs are 45 degrees. The back shoulder, the opposite shoulder will try to lift, so we're trying to really place it down. So 3, inhale, exhale, 2, and 1. Inhale to the center, and on that side, coming to the opposite direction. Again, legs as high as possible. They're right on top of your palm. The shoulder and both shoulders on the ground. So 3, 2, and 1. To the center. Now bend both knees. See if you can grab your ankles. If you cannot, you can place the fingers under your heels. Pull your shoulders down. Lift your hips. Hold your heels as firmly as you can and lift your whole upper body into Dhanurasana, the bridge pose. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Again, rounding in. From here, see if you can really again lower in your lower back. Your legs are maybe slightly bent. Here you're going to work on pressing your knees away and your knees toward your palms. And you're going to do a little bit of frogging. But again, your lower back is on the ground. There is a lot of happening in your core. So 3. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Push, push, push. 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's too much, you can hold the neck. 8, 9, 10. Release. Very good. Let's up. From here, step 1 leg forward. And we're gonna go again into the crescent pose, but this time both hands on the ground. So you're gonna rotate the front leg 45 degrees, and you're gonna allow your body to go even more deeper. So maybe on the other thigh, and see if you can come on the outer thigh of the body and pushing the knee away. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. From here, walk your foot to the right side of the mat. We're coming into the pigeon pose. So here, let's do a little bit of rocking forward and backward, and see if your foot can come as close as possible. The most important with your hip is, if it's not on the ground, it's totally fine. But just really try to stay in here. With your both hands on the ground, roll your shoulders backward, grounding through the back foot, and see if you can flatten in the whole front body. 3, 2, and 1. From here, slowly walk on your elbows forward and staying in here. Very, very good. From here, let's move back. This time to three-legged downward facing dog. So lift your left leg as high, the leg that was in the front with the bent knee, lift it up. Bend again that knee and really send it back. But keep your shoulders parallel to the ground. So walk from inside. You feel very good stretching your abdominal muscles. Side obliques, transversus abdominis. So all those muscles. And release. Very good. From here, step the other opposite leg down. And first come to crescent pose. So ground, find your connection. Leg down, turn your right foot forward. And try to bring that IT band, the outer thigh, down to the ground. And really push the knee away from the chest. And from here, again, slowly come to the center. Walk your other foot to the other side. Come on the front knees, and again, keeping your knee up, just working forward and backward, forward and backward. So this allows to open your hips. And then see if you can go into the pigeon pose. The most important that you're really again working on squaring your hips and lengthening through the heart. Very good. And slowly coming elbows. Just staying here, calm down a little bit. You can go all the way down as far as you feel that nothing is happening in your knee, but everything happens in your hips. And again, from here, slowly moving to three-legged downward facing dog. Lift your right leg as high as you can. Bend that right knee and send it back and up. And slowly release on your knees. And slowly lift up. So from here, you may need a block if you feel, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna really square the hips. So the hips will be facing forward. You're gonna come on one side and try to work on opening the opposite side, so the right ribs. You can come lower on the mat, on the block. If you don't have a block, you can just maybe fingers pushing again into your calf muscle and really trying to stretch in the side. If you feel that you can come all the way down to the floor, just go from here. You can support the head and really work on opening the side of the body. And slowly coming down. And again, maybe start with the block. See how far you can move. Then maybe even lower. Very good. Just close your eyes, just feel it. I'm going to do a little bit of more twisting in here since the core and the whole body is warm. Same principle. Again, you may use the block. So your pelvis is not moving. So your pelvis, your legs are very stable. Your hip bones are facing forward. Your belly button is facing forward. What is turning and twisting is only your upper chest. So what you can do, you can put the block, keeping your hips square, but try to bring the shoulders one on top of another and lift your arm up. So this is variation 1. Variation 2, maybe with the lower block. Or variation 3, working from here. So really again, hips are parallel to the front wall, but your upper torso is changing. 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. And again, let's do the other side. So again, lifting your hips forward so the hips are not twisting. I like to do it against the wall, so that allows me a very good direction, whether I'm twisting or not. 3, 2, and 1. Release. From here, slowly. Let's take a wider stand. And just move your hips from right to left. Let's do a cat and cow to warm up the spine, balance. Now turn your heels inward. Sit as low as possible. You can press with the elbows, you can press against the knees. And really try to lengthen from the hips. Draw your shoulders away and really work on opening your whole front body toward the ground and sitting as low as possible. So we're going to stay here a little bit in here. Very good. Now I'm going to place your hands inside your knees. So one elbow, let's say left elbow goes down, left fingers come down, come up, and again my belly button is facing forward down, but my upper torso is twisting. So my pelvis is not moving, my lower back is not moving, but everything is happening in the upper body. 3, 2, 1. Come to the center, again sit forward, and again only upper torso. So this time right elbow down, right fingertips up. And again, I'm still trying to create this cobra chest in here. 3, 2, and 1. Release your legs. Very good. Now walk your both hands to one leg and just go as low as you can. Just to calm down in here. Inhale to the center, to the other side. Very good. Start to come and lay down. So first, again, your legs are active, fully flexed. Flexing through the heart, we're coming into Matsyasana, the fish pose. So coming not on the crown of the head, but the highest back point of your head. So your arms can be here, pressing the elbows, lift through the heart even more. Variation 1, you're pressing and lifting through the heart here. Variation 2, to go a little bit deeper again, you keep hugging your inner thighs and your legs. You're grabbing your elbows and you're trying to really bring the elbows as close as possible to the ground. So you're working from the inner core here. Your inner legs are active, but at the same time, you're lengthening in the front of the body and you're using your back muscles. 3, 2, lift through the heart. 1, now changing the elbows, still holding it here. So the neck is not collapsed. It's not compressed. The length, the neck is long and it's continuing the length of the spine. One release. Rolling in. Lengthening. Bring both knees to the chest. Rock and rolling from one side to another side. Arms next to your ears. Lift your legs up. Using your momentum, we're coming into Halasana, the block position. So again, if you remember, if you cannot touch the ground, if you cannot touch your fingertips, your fingers together, like in a prayer position, and your legs are parallel to the ground. So let's everyone start from here. Really work on rounding in. See if you can stay on your shoulders, and think as if you're pressing your legs against the back wall. Stay here. If you can place your fingers into your palms and grab all your toes, work on pressing the heels toward the floor. Very good. Slowly in, vertebra at a time, one by one, laying down. So you have a variation to go into the bridge pose from here. Again, grabbing your heels, maybe lifting for the chest, lifting for the heart. This is option one. Option two, you can go into the full wheel. You're gonna place your palms in line with your ears, but shoulder width distance apart. Grounding for your big thumb and your index finger. You're gonna lift your hips. So sometimes people put their heels too close, so they don't barely have space. If your lower back is tight, I would recommend you to move your legs and put your heels, keep your heels right under your knees. And whenever you need, you can move your legs a bit away from your palms or lift your heels off the ground. That will create more space for the lower back. So let's do it all together. Inhale, lift your hips up. Come on the crown of the head. Maybe you can stand here and work on pushing, lengthening your neck and really work on stretching your heart forward. Or you can use the momentum. Lift. Work on stretching your heart. You can lift the heels off the ground and work on stretching your both legs. Now look all the way up to the ceiling and slowly come down. Again, bring both knees to the chest. Rock and roll from side to side. Grab your heels from inside, just settle down your lower back in the happy baby pose. From here, lift your arms next to your ears, place them on the ground, and again, lift your legs up into Halasana, the flow pose, either full variation or half pose. It's all up to you. From here, we're going to come into Siddha Bandhasana, the shoulder stand. So you're going to place your palms against kidneys. Lift your legs at the same time. And try to create one straight line. For at least 10 to 15 breaths in here. From here again, slowly with control, trying to protect your neck. Lower your legs down to the floor. Ground, holding your toes. Again, one at a time without rushing. Vertebra at a time. Placing your spine on the ground, but keep your legs as close as possible toward your chest because we're not going to go all the way down. So you're going to try to grab your heels, bend your elbows, and work on stretching your legs parallel to the floor, but at the same time, to engage the core, you're going to work on lifting your head down, head up. So your feet will be shoulder width apart. This is variation 1. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper. You're going to grab your heels from inside into happy baby pose. From here, look up and work on stretching your both legs. Just a few breaths in here. Again, bend both knees. Release your head down. Happy baby pose. One more time, look up. Holding in here, and work on stretching your legs and bringing them parallel to the ground. But at the same time, pushing your heels all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now interlace your knees, the eagle legs, actually Gomukhasana, the cow legs. So and really work on bringing them as close as possible toward you. So it's calming for the lower back, but at the same time, it's a very good hip opening. Keep breathing, soften your face, drop your shoulders. And now let's change the sides. So the other knee will come on top of the other one. Still breathing with a dry breath. Lift your legs up. Just massage your arms, just shake your legs, your feet. From here, place right knee on top of the left knee, arms in your cactus arms, and drop your both knees to the left side of the mat. So we're coming into the passive twist. Inhale, slowly come to the center. Now bring the left knee on top of the right knee. And drop your legs on the opposite side. And from here, slowly come to the center. This time you're going to open your heels mat distance wide and open your legs as wide as you can. And from here, you're just going to drop, let's say, both knees to the left side. You can interlace your elbows above your head and just stay in here. To make it more interesting, what you can do, if you drop your legs, your knees to the left side. So with the left heel, you can place the left heel on top of your right knee. And again, make sure that there's nothing is happening in your right knee. The whole stretch you'll feel in the whole front body here. In the front upper thigh. Keep it soft. Inhale to the center. And let's do to the other side. Usually both sides will feel very, very different. This teaches us how our both sides of the body is different, that we're using our body in a different way. So one side is usually more weaker or shorter than another one. And I always recommend, whenever you feel sensation of stretch or something happening, it's advisable to stay there a little bit longer. Because a beautiful stretch, that discomfort that's happening when we are staying and stretching or working that particular area, shows us that this area needs more attention. It needs more time to open, to stretch, to work. Very, very good. From here, lay down again, bring both knees toward your chest. Slowly come to seated. Last exercise for today, so we release any tension that you may still hold. So looking both hands backward. So again, you see my biceps are facing out, my shoulders are opening. I open my legs. I'm gonna really lift my hips and place my lower back, my hips between my heels. And I'm gonna bring my head forward. I'm gonna stay here for at least 10 breaths. 1, 2. Just soften your internal organs. There is a lot of happening in the upper body, in the shoulders, in the arms, in the neck maybe even. 4, 5, 6, 7. Just a little bit more, maybe going a little bit more lower. 8. Soften your internal organs, relax your hips, 10. And one by one at the same time, moving your arms inside, stretching your legs. And from here, you're ready for Shavasana. Just take a deep breath and relax your shoulders, let it go. Let's do a cleansing breath in here, so inhale. Let it go. One more time.
Namaste.
free to do so. So we can divide from the fingers, touch your toes. Slowly roll to one side. Come to a comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath in. Place one hand on your heart. Place another hand on your abdominal. We'll just do a simple pranayama. Inhale through the nose and exhale with the sound ha. But what is important that to exhale till your last breath. So you're pushing your last breath out. Inhale. Inhale, dry breath. Inhale through the nose. Full breath and exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Inhale, peace, love. Exhale, fear and worries. Inhale, love and peace, joy, beautiful light. Exhale everything that is disturbing you. Again, release your hands on your knees and just for a few moments here, stay present. Feel your body. Feel the connection between your mind, your body, mind, and the spirit. Next inhale, bring both hands in front of your heart. Remind yourself the intention that you set up before you practice today. Before we close and seal our practice, smile inside, smile within your heart, smile on your face. With the peace and joy and gratitude and respect and love, bow to your heart, to the inner wisdom, to the true teacher within. Offering your mind as the tool to the heart, to the spirit. Namaste. May all you stay blessed, shine with the light and share your light with everyone and everything in this world. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your class. I would really like to hear from you. Please feel free to share your feedback, your comments, and your suggestions. Thank you and have a wonderful time. Goodbye.